It's a tale older than time. You set off on a Sunday with one of your buddies to run a relatively easy trail, and before you know it, you both realize that maybe you bit off a little more than you can chew.
Oh no, dude.
That is exactly what happens to us in this episode. Sit back, grab something warm. This is Built for Adventure.
This is sick. First big snow we've had this year. We get a chance to go wheeling on one of the best trails that's open during the winter. Let's wax some out of the tires and just get into this. This is sick.
Today we will be running another Northern Colorado classic 7-mile trail. Located an hour outside of Fort Collins, just up the Poudre Canyon, this trail was recently reopened after damage from the 2020 Cameron Pass fire. While usually a relatively easy trail in the dry, the introduction of fresh snow always makes this trail a little more interesting. As you crawl out of the canyon, you cross 7 Mile Creek multiple times with small crossings like this. Today it wasn't a big deal as we were early in the season, but later on large ice shelves get built that can catch you out.
We just had a little interesting thing back at that last little water crossing. As we were getting all of our stuff put away from filming, we saw a Bronco and then a stock RAV4 trying to get through there. So we're kind of just waiting to see if they need help. No way it can get further down the track. So we're just kind of waiting, hanging out to see if they're all good, if they've run this trail. The things you see on the trails in Colorado, wild.
Before you knew it, that fresh snow was starting to make things interesting.
Just go really slow. What is it with us making the easiest trails look hard?
Yeah. A couple of max tracks later, and Gary got through just fine.
Yep, there you go. Their stupid Built for Adventure.
This one's on me, guys. Turns out 17 PSI is definitely not enough to get through this freshly fallen snow.
Gary's right. Making sure that you have your tires at the correct pressure for the terrain that you're driving is of the utmost importance. In conditions like this, carrying a quick deflator or at least a tire gauge has saved my bacon more times than I can count.
Oh, it's a little bit of fun.
While not a difficult trail, the scenery and water crossings make 7 Mile a fun change of pace, especially during the winter when all the other trails are closed. This is why wheeling in the Rockies is so much fun. Not more than 15 minutes later, the snow started bucketing down and there was a lot more fresh powder than other parts of the trail. This was also the first crossing that had finally froze over and had some ice on the exit, which caught Gary out as he was trying to crawl up the hill.
This is pretty common here where there's a bunch of ice underneath of the snow.
Instead of thrashing on my truck through the crossing, you guessed it, those are the max tracks.
There you go. Nice try, bro. All right, so here's the situation right now. This trail, typically you could have people get past pretty easily when there's no snow, but when there's snow, you've got one line you can take. They've got a big full-size Cummins there, and there wasn't a turnaround for a while behind us. The closest one is for them to just back up. They didn't want to press out of the canyon. They had actually a Jeep from Florida, so kind of new terrain to them, and definitely new weather. I get that. So we're slowly just kind of working our way back, following them, and once we get to the turnaround, we'll pass, try to get to the top, and that's it. But this is kind of what we were hoping for. A little bit of snowdrum is always good.
Trail etiquette and staying the trail is extremely important here in Colorado, so these guys backed up and found the nearest place to park. We pushed on through until the next section of trail, which is a small rocky scramble up this little hill. Enough snow had fallen that the trail was starting to get interesting and made us wonder about what lied further ahead. it out of the canyon to what today would be the hardest part of the entire trail. A steep hill climb that takes you out of the canyon. During the summer, this is something that you wouldn't bat an eye at. But during the winter, there's huge snowdrifts from the open exposure, which make things a little more spicy.
Well, we made it to basically the top. Fairly confident we can do it. I'm just gonna knock some more air out.
As the first one to tackle this in the snow this year, I wasn't hanging around. Momentum is your friend here. Second gear low and go, go, go. Tackling obstacles like this with multiple rigs, it's important not to stop unless they have room behind you to stop in a spot where they can take off, so you can avoid things happening like this.
Oh, dude, feel how slick it is here.
Oh, it's all. That's what I was just trying to show everybody. It's awful. Go, go, go.
Our first plan was to use the max tracks, but we quickly realized that wasn't going to work.
It's all happening.
I think we're gonna try and get Liam down here for a recovery, and hopefully it works.
Got. You're gonna try 2 recovery straps. Mix those together. One's a kinetic rope, one's just a tow rope. So if we can get him to a point where I can pull him, we'll be all right.
Plan B quickly failed when we realized Gary was too far down the hill for me to give him a proper snatch without jeopardizing getting myself stuck as well.
We dug everything kind of around it. A spot of trouble here.
A little bit.
Go, hit it, hit it, hit it. Oh no, dude.
This went from Gary being unable to get up the hill to possibly having to leave his vehicle here overnight. As he slid over to the left, there's about a 4-foot hole where I'm digging the max tracks that he was inches from sliding into. We took our time, slowly repositioned him and backed him up, and got him into a position where he could make one final run. Give her the beans, bud.
Hammer it! Yep. Stay in it, stay in it, don't lift. Stay in it. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. One, yeah, boy! Woo! Yeah!
Look at this, dude. I bounced off the tree here. They bounced off the tree up there. Any port in the storm, buddy.
But,
yeah.
dude, shout out the cheapo, dirty green max tracks.
Boy, these things have paid the bills.
Oh my gosh. Broke this one. Don't worry, we picked up the trash. But man. All right.
Let's get it.
Not wanting to repeat what had just happened, Gary and I stayed on the loud pedal the rest of the way through the trail. We worked our way to the top, but we weren't out of the woods just yet. At just over 9,000 feet, the last part of the trail oftentimes has massive snowdrifts that require a bit of bashing to get through. However, it's nothing that the Mighty 100 series can't handle. And with that, we completed a 7-mile trail. It's an awesome time to get up here and do a little bit of snow wheeling while all of the other trails are closed. Thank you guys if you made it this far. We appreciate your support. Everybody who has subscribed to the channel and liked the video means more than you know. We're going to continue to pump out as much awesome content as we can for you guys. Drop a comment. Where should we go next? What would you like to see us do? The adventure is only beginning.
There's no distractions other than your idiot friend in the Montero getting stuck.
Like a drug that I just can't deny.